This may not be obvious, but what does this look like?
Perfect square.
No, not a perfect square. But a trinomial that can be what?
Factored.
Factored, right? So,
X plus X minus.
now fortunately there's no numerical value on the x. So this is x and this is x. And I know one is positive and one is negative. Now what I have to do is, what two numbers when they're multiplied give you negative 12, but when you add them give you negative 4?
X plus 2 times X minus 6.
Yeah, very good. Actually, it's going to be 2b
Oh yeah.
and 6b, right?
Yeah.
Because I have 12b squared. Let's just check to make sure that's right. And that equals 0. That's x squared. That's minus 6bx. That's plus 2bx. And that is minus 12b squared. X squared minus 6bx plus 2bx is minus 4bx. Minus 12b squared, and that's right. So that means either x plus 2b equals 0, or x minus 6b equals 0. So then what do I do?
So
X is equal to what?
Negative 2b.
Negative 2b or
Positive 6b.
Alright, now you should check your answers. Let's check the 6b one. So wherever I see an x, I'm going to put a 6b. So 6b squared minus 4b times 6b minus 12b squared should be equal to 0. Well, that's going to be 36b squared. What's this going to be?
24.
Minus 24b squared minus 12b squared. And I hope that you can see that this and this is negative 36b squared.
Yeah.
So 36b squared minus 36b squared does equal 0. Okay? So what was the key to that one? It was realizing that I have a trinomial that I can factor. And I think that's what you're going to find on some of these. By the way, on this section, I want you to do 1 through, so this is page 233. I want you to do 1 through 15, the odds, and number 16. Okay? Let's do one more together, and then I'm going to give you some time to work on these.
Okay.
Let's just do this. This happens to be problem. Why don't you pause it a second?
I don't know how to pause.
Let's just stop at that.
Look for the. No, wait. Turn it over. Pause is the bottom left button.
This one, let's bring this over here. X squared plus 3ax minus 10a squared equals 0. Now again, I have a trinomial, so my first thought is let's see if we can factor this. And again, I'm fortunate that I have no numerical coefficient on the x squared. So one's going to be a plus and one's going to be a minus. Now, what two numbers when I multiply?
5 and 2.
Yes, very good. So it's going to be plus 5a and minus 2a, right?
Yeah.
Do you need me to actually solve this to prove that?
No.
No.
Okay, so that both of those, that whole thing is equal to 0, which means what? Either x plus 5a equals 0, or x minus 2a equals 0, right?
Yeah.
So that means x is equal to,
5 or
right, minus 5a if I subtract 5a from both sides. And this, if I add 2a to both sides, I get x equals 2a. All right, well, let's check it with this one. So it's going to be minus 5a squared plus 3a times negative 5a equals 10a squared. Everyone see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what will this term become?
25a squared.
A squared.
25a squared. This term is going to become what?
Minus 15a squared.
Minus 15a squared equals 10a squared, and I hope you can see that that is 10a squared equals 10a squared. Okay, so same principle. We're using factoring now, but it's just we have slightly more complicated trinomials. Instead of just having a number, instead of having c as a number, now c is a number with a variable, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead and you can stop it, don't worry.
I have a question about the